Now is Tony McCarty, principal at Lexington Elementary, and also Monroe Marshall, principal at Carroll Junior High, and they are here to tell us all about registration at Monroe City Schools. Thank you so much, Tony and Monroe, for joining us today. It's great to have you on Louisiana Living.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Tony, I'm going to start with you. When is registration for Monroe City Schools for pre-K and kindergarten students?
That begins on March 17th. That's the big kickoff day, so get your kids out and get ready to come to school March 17th.
And why is it so important, Monroe, to register for school and register for these early age pre-K and kindergarten classes?
It's really important just to give kids a strong start. You want to put them in a safe environment with certified teachers, and the earlier they start school, the better off they'll be. They'll get opportunities that some other students wouldn't have because they started school on time. So putting them in a safe environment with the structured curriculum gives them opportunities to advance a lot quicker than some other students. It's also free. Free education for 4- and 5-year-olds to set them up to be better students in the future is just our goal, just giving them a strong start.
Tony, what do parents need to do to register their child? What do they need to bring? How do they know what school to go to?
So if you're not sure what your area school is from where your address is, call the school board office at 325-0601, and they can tell you what street you live on. We'll tell you what school you are zoned to go to. And they can also look that information up on our Monroe City Schools homepage website.
And Monroe, what do they need to bring to the registration?
That is a really good question.
Tony, I said I was going to ask Tony that question, so I just kind of threw you a curveball. What do they need to bring to the registration, Tony?
They need to bring birth certificate, shot record, Social Security card, proof of residency, 2 proofs of income for pre-K, and if they're registering for kindergarten, and I know with the little ones they'll even take a 1st or 2nd grade registration, any school records that they might have had from previous schools.
And Monroe, how old does the child have to be?
They have to be 4 by September 30th for pre-K. They have to be 5 by September 30th for kindergarten. Registration does begin on March 17th. However, registration does not end. So we want them to get into those schools and keep coming. Make sure that we let all of our families know that by September 30th for 4-year-olds for pre-K and by September 30th for 5-year-olds for kindergarten.
But it is important to register for preparation, correct,
Yes,
Tony?
correct.
And there was one more question I have for you, Tony. What about a child coming to a new school in Monroe City Schools? What if they're transferring from another school?
Right. If they're transferring, yes, come register on that March 17th date or later through the summer, but the sooner the better. And then if they're currently already a student at a school, they do not need to register to move up to the next grade. As long as they're already a student at that school, they will just roll up to the next grade.
Tony and Monroe, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was great to have you.
Thank you for having me.